Living Emunah by Rabbi David Asher. Part 39, the highest level of love. The Chofetz HaLevavot in Sha'ar Cheshbon HaNefesh writes that Avraham Avinu is praised for passing his 10 trials not simply because he did Hashem's will under trying circumstances, but also because he did so willingly and lovingly. As the Pasuk states in Nehemiah 9 and 8, you found his heart loyal to you. Avraham was Ne'eman, infused with the faith that anything Hashem wants must be good. And even thousands of years later, we are still reaping the benefits of this merit of Avraham Avinu, who happily accepted everything Hashem did, knowing that it must be for the best. We have been discussing the berachat that one earns by accepting everything Hashem does with love. Why is this so? Why does one earn such great reward for accepting everything with love? There is a positive Torah command to love Hashem. You shall love Hashem, your God, with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. In Dvarim 6 and 5. The rabbis in Berachot 54a explained with all your heart to mean that we must serve Hashem with not only our Yetzer Tov, our positive inclination, but also with our Yetzer Hara, our evil inclination, channeling our negative tendencies toward the service of Hashem. The second aspect of this command, with all your soul, means that we must love Hashem to the point where we are prepared to make sacrifices on His behalf. And at times a Jew must be prepared to make the ultimate sacrifice, sacrificing his life for Hashem. The third requirement, as the Mishnah explains, ibid, it means, regardless of the measure he measures for you, thank Him. We must thank Hashem for everything He does, even when we do not feel how it is good and beneficial for us. The Netivot Shalom explained that this pasuk proceeds in ascending order of difficulty. The first level is Bechol Levavcha, channeling our innate negative tendencies toward the service of Hashem. Is not always easy, but it is not especially difficult either. The next level of difficulty is sacrificing one's life to Hashem. But even more difficult than Netivot Shalom comments is the obligation of sacrificing one's life for Hashem is less difficult than living one's life with a genuine appreciation for everything that occurs, even for the day-to-day inconveniences and problems that we consistently confront. Accepting one's problems and living with the belief that they are for our benefit is the greatest challenge of all, and for this reason the reward is so immense. A Chassid traveled far from home in order to see the famous Chassidic master, the Choshech Ze'er of Lublin. When he entered the room, the Choshech took one look at him and immediately told him to return home. The man was dumbfounded, but the Rebbe told him to leave, and so he did. He had no choice but to make the journey back home without even enjoying a few moments in the great Rebbe's presence. Along the way, he stopped at an inn where he met a group of Hasidim who were traveling to Lublin to see the Choshech. They invited him to join them, but he explained to them that he had just been there and the Rebbe had told him to leave. As he told the story, the Hasidim noticed that he felt dejected because of what had happened. Why are you so down? They asked him. If this is what the Rebbe told you to, then it must be Hashem's will. There is no reason to be depressed if you are doing what Hashem wants you to do. The Hasidim proceeded to make a special Suda meal in this man's honor to celebrate his loving acceptance of Hashem's will. During the meal they sang and danced, and the man's spirits were uplifted, and he was able to feel genuine simcha for his accepting Hashem's will that he return home instead of staying with the Rebbe. The next morning the Hasidim told the man that now he was able to return with them to the Rebbe, and he did. When the Rebbe saw him, he was amazed and asked, "What happened to you? The Chassid told him the story of the celebration in the inn. Amazing, the Rebbe said. When I saw yesterday, I noticed there was a heavenly decree of death against you. And so I instructed you to return home, so you could die peacefully, surrounded by your family. But because you accepted Hashem's will with such joy, the decree was annulled. This is how much reward one earns for lovingly accepting everything Hashem does with true joy and happiness.